You guys, she's here! I'm so excited because today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Beauty Bay Dark Lights eyeshadow palette. This is so up my street, and when I got the delivery notification, I came back from work so quickly. This is my work makeup. This is not a look with this palette. I've literally just walked through the door and I cannot wait any longer. I want to play with this. You guys may know, if you're not new to my channel, that I love kind of blues and smokies and taupes, and this is so up my street. I'm so excited to review this for you guys today. So I'm going to be doing two different eye looks and I'm going to be swatching this whole palette as well. I will say now that there is a affiliate link down in the description box. That just means that I earn a 10% commission from your sale at no extra expense to you guys if you are planning on picking up this palette. And if this review is helpful in any way, it would really mean the world to me. I am a really small channel, and things like this really boost me in the algorithm and with brands and things like that as well. But oh my god, I'm so excited. I love Beauty Bay so much. I always review the new Beauty Bay palettes. This is no different. This palette is £16 for 20 shades, which is an absolute bargain. And of course, before we really jump into the video, if you have not already, like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Also, hype the video because YouTube told me to say that. I don't know what it does, but here we go. But let's jump into it. This is what this beautiful palette looks like on the inside. It is a mix of really cool toned grungy purples and a lot of shimmers actually. This is a very shimmer heavy palette. You've got a lot of those taupey shades, a lot of those greys, but also a pop of kind of lime green and yellow as well, which is so interesting. This shade Strobe has jumped out at me instantly because if I do this, it looks red in the mirror. Can you see that? How crazy is that duochrome? Also, I have a little thing here. I think that's meant to be there, but I thought I'd point that out. I did think that was mold at first, I'm not gonna lie. But first impressions, it's very shimmer heavy. It was a lot more shimmer heavy than the rest of the palettes that I own, a lot more shimmer heavy than I was originally thinking it would be. However, I do like a good shimmer. I do normally go for more matte heavy palettes. However, I mean, this is stunning and so up my street, so I'll make an exception. I will make an exception just this once. So let's jump into these swatches. I'm so excited. I even got, if you remember this is my like celestial glitter top that I made like years ago now. I got it out for the special occasion because I thought it could, here we go. I thought it could fit the vibe. Okay, so let's swatch this palette before I take my eye makeup off. I will pop a timestamp on screen now if you want to just jump to the eyeshadow looks. That is absolutely fine. I know some people like to skip through the swatches, but let's chill out. I feel like I've been rushing so much to try and get to this. Let's chill out and let's swatch this beautiful palette. So first we have the shade Base, which is I was going to say a lid setting shade, but it's got almost like this kind of milk colour to it. It's not your average just lid setting shade. It's got this like yellowy, whitey, milky colour. I expect this is going to be quite pale. Yep, even on my very pale skin, that is pale. I am still pretty ill, so if you can hear it in my voice, I do apologise, but I cannot wait till I'm well to film with this palette. Right, let's do a few fingers at a time. Next we have Afters, which is a grungy, warm-toned, purpley grey shade. Next we have Electric, which is a grungy chartreuse, I would say. And then we have the shade Strobe, which I am most excited for, I think. Oh, that is one of those blue to browns, but it's not like a gunky, murky brown. Sometimes you get these blue to brown duochromes and they just look so lackluster. This one actually has a lot of blue in it. Okay, I think I'm going to have to use that shade in one of these looks. So first we have, what was that? Afters. That is Smoky. Okay, then Electric, which is the smoky chartreuse. Wow. And then Strobe. Wow. These are so creamy. Whoa. I mean, I love Beauty Bay palettes. Like I said, I buy them all if I can, and so far so good. So let's move on to Underground. which is a super deep, almost eggplanty purple. Then we have Last Dance, which is more of a saturated, cool tone purple. And then All Nighter, Urban Decay, get worried, which is a super bright silver. Yes, I'm loving this. Okay, so we have Underground. Wow, that matte is a little bit pigmented. Just so you know, purples are the hardest eyeshadow to formulate in any kind of eyeshadow formula. But I don't think Beauty Bay got that memo because, I mean, look at that. Wow. Next we have Last Dance, which is a little bit more saturated, like I said. Yes. I feel like I'm getting better at the swatches. Look at that. Look at me go. And then we have All Nighter. And all of these swatches are just one dip in and then just a bit of a smooth out. So I never go in twice, but I might just go in and smooth it over a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. Very grungy, kind of Halloween leaning if you look at just these colours. Next we have another shade that really caught my eye. This is the blue. This is called Headliner. And you guys know I love a blue eyeshadow. That's very, very smooth. And that's got a bit of a purple duochrome to it. Then we have Out Out, which is more of a taupe, slightly warmer shimmer. And then we have Sleepless, which is kind of like a mauvey, pinky, taupey matte. So let's do Headliner, which is there. Very, very pretty. Then we have Out Out. Here we go. Stunning. And then we have Sleepless, which can go there. Okay, this one hasn't travelled quite as far. It's probably because it's a lighter shade. So here we go. Okay, we're halfway through the palette. Next we have Lights Out, which is a super deep, sparkly, kind of blackened grey. Then Until Sunrise. This is a gold, but it's got a slight greeniness to it. And then Thrill is a kind of light to mid silver shade. A lot of shimmers in this palette. So we have Lights Out, which goes, wow. That has almost like some glitter in it. It is so beautiful. That impact is crazy. And next we have Until Sunrise, which is the kind of gold with a tiny bit of green. Cute. And then Thrill is the mid-toned silver shade. That looks almost like a bit of a topper. Next, I think this shade is going to be so pretty. This is the shade Silhouette, which is a super pale, slightly pink white. Then VIP is a cool-toned purple shimmer. Then Shady, I read that as Sandy then. I was like, that does not fit this theme. Shady is a super deep, rich brown matte. So we have Silhouette. I'm excited for this one. Oh, that is beautiful. Wow, I love that. That's so pretty. Then we have VIP. Very, very stunning. Very impactful pigment there, VIP. And then we have Shady. I was very proud of that one, which is a deep brown. Very, very nice. I will just go over the end of this one. There we go. Pretty. I've been like on the cusp of a sneeze all day and it's still there. So if my eye starts twitching, that's going to be why. I have the shade 3 AM. I'm dead to the world at 3 AM. Then the shade Pulse, which is a grey purple. Then Late Night. Oh, this feels slightly firmer in the pan. That doesn't feel quite as creamy. And then we'll just go on with the pinky. It's the last shade, which is Nocturnal, which is a deep saturated purple. So we have 3 AM there. Very warm toned Ready shade. Then we have Pulse there. Then we have Late Nights there. And then finally, Nocturnal. Ooh, look at that. Those swatches look so much different to the palette. Do you get what I mean? Like, I wouldn't put these swatches with this palette if I looked at them side by side, but They are very, very pretty, very, very shimmer heavy. So if you are maybe looking for some really, really intense shimmers and you have a bunch of mattes, or if you like to use shimmers to accompany more neutral mattes and you have a bunch of neutral mattes in your collection, you're looking for a little bit of a pop of colourful shimmer, this would also be an amazing palette for you. I'm so excited. I really want to use this shade Strobe, absolutely. I'm gonna take my eye makeup off. I'm gonna think of 2 looks that I can do, and then we're gonna jump into the palette. Oh, I'm so excited! Okay, I'm back. I've primed with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm good to go. I'm trying not to overthink this too much. I feel like when I overthink things, it's when things go a little bit wrong, and it's when things get a little bit, like, hectic. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. I know I want to do a more kind of saturated purple look, and then I know I want to do a bit more of a smoky, grungy look. So with that in mind, let's just jump into it. So I've been loving smoky wings recently, like smoky winged eyeshadow I've absolutely been adoring. So I'm going to start with Underground, which is the deepest purple, and I think I'm going to do this eye first. I'm going to start packing that on the lash line, and I'm going to bring it all the way in. I mean, are we surprised? Beauty Bay's mattes are crazy pigmented. Who's shocked? Not me. I'm going to do a wing shape. The best thing about doing wings for reviews is I don't have to match it up, because I'm going to do a different look on the other side. Happy days! I'm hoping that my eyes don't leak. Sometimes when I do 2 looks in one day, my eyes can get a little bit sensitive, especially when there's not really a break in between the looks. Obviously, I've just taken off my work look, so I'm hoping that my eyes are going to play ball today. I mean, that is pigmented. That is beautiful. Look at that. Ooh, oh yeah, okay. We're looking good. We're looking good. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Nocturnal, which is the slightly deeper saturated purple, just on the same brush. This is actually from Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics. It's a small UK indie brand, and I did get sent this in PR, and it's a really nice kind of detailed brush. It's quite stiff, which is quite nice. I might switch to a bit of a fluffier brush in a second, but just to whack this product on the eyes, I think this is working really, really well. Yeah, I'm just going to go in with a slightly fluffier brush just to get that blend. I don't really want it too harsh. I feel like it's getting a little bit harsh. That's okay though, that's all right. And then I'm going to go in with Last Dance, which is the lightest cool toned saturated purple. And I'm going to really messily, I love smoky wings because you can just be so messy with them. I'm going to go over like that. And I'm going to bring this into the crease a little bit as well. They have blended so well together. I've spent no time blending that at all, pretty much. And already they are so pretty. I used to never ever do smoky wings because I always thought that they were so hard, but like with anything, practice just makes perfect, and I've just been practicing them a lot more, and this is it. A lot of people ask me like how I do my makeup looks and how I improve my makeup looks, and you know, if someone's asking like how do you do it, I want to do it as well. It's all just about practice. You got to do so many bad looks before you figure out what's best for you and your face shape and your preferences and your color preferences and all that kind of stuff. So this is what we're looking like right now. Real cute. I'm really loving it. That took literally no time at all. I've just been yabbering to you all and it's blended, which is very, very impressive. Oh, I love this palette. Okay, next I'm going to go in with, I think, Electric. This kind of chartreusey green shimmer. I don't know. This could be a big mistake, but I want to put this on the kind of inner crease section. This is going to be quite a Halloween themed look, I think. Or like Daphne. I'm getting Daphne from Scooby-Doo. You see what I mean? Kind of Daphne coded, right? I'm going to bring that to meet the smoky wingy shades. I'm going to go back in with Underground just to make sure that this inner part is very, very smoky and deep. I don't want to lose that intensity on the inner corner. And then with no extra product on the fluffier brush, I'm just going to diffuse the edges. The wind is so crazy right now. We're in the middle of a storm and a bin just fell over outside. So if you hear any crashing, it's the wind. She's crazy today. I feel like I need something to merge the purple and the green together. So I might go in with maybe 3 AM, which is this pink. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just playing around, and I'm going to pop that in the middle of the green and the purples just to create a bit of a blend. And I'm popping that on a diagonal line. I'm now going to take the shade Base, which is the really, really pale, like milky shade. And I'm going to pop this just on the brow bone with a fluffy brush, not only to highlight, but also to bring these mattes down a little bit. I feel like with a wing, especially like a smoky wing, you don't want shadow all the way up to your brow because it loses that effect a little bit. You can see how pigmented just that matte is. That is crazy. That is pretty. And I think that's pretty much the first look done. I will just bring the shades round. So we've got Underground first. I'm just going to bring them down onto this lower lash line a little bit. I find that when I put lashes on, these looks always look a lot better. So if you're a little bit unsure right now, just bear with me. I think it's going to look really good. I hope so anyway. And then Last Dance. I'm going to go all around here. And then I'm going to pick up Electric on a brush and pop it on the lower lash line just in here. This is very Halloween-y. This is very spooky ooky, but that's okay. It's fun, and that's the main thing. Oh my gosh, I nearly forgot about the inner corners. Well, we've got to go in with Silhouette, which is the vibrant white toppery shade. Let's see how vibrant this is. Oh my goodness. That is intense. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, let me do my lashes for this eye. And this is like the fun, crazy, colourful look done. I will do one that's a little bit more toned down, definitely with this shade, this like brown to blue. I'm so excited. Okay, this eye is on. Let me give you a bit of a close-up. It is really pretty, kind of Halloween-y, but that's what I like. I like having options. And I also like smoky wings, and I also like contrasting colour stories. So you know what? Win, 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 win. Okay, so for the next look, I want something a little bit less dramatic, a little bit more everyday as you can get with this palette. So I'm going to go firstly into the shade Pulse, which is kind of this mauvey grey purple. I'm going to take that on quite a fluffy brush. There's quite a lot of fallout in this palette with the mattes. That's something that I have noticed, so just be careful there. That's not really a bad thing. It's not something that is minus points, but some people would like to know. Some people find it as like wasteful to have much fallout, so I want to keep you informed. I am going into the fallout as much as I can when I'm going in with more dips. And I'm going to start blending that all the way through the crease. I really, really like these grey smoky tones. I just think they really flatter my eye colour. I've got very, very pale blue eyes, and I feel like these smoky tones just really emphasise them and make them look even more blue and icy. So I think if you have especially blue or green eyes, this palette will really make your eyes pop, because purple does make green eyes pop as well. And I'm going to go all over the lid with this. Now this is taking a little bit longer to build up because I am using such a fluffy brush. With pigmentation and things like that, if you want the most pigment, use a denser brush. If you want to build the pigment, use a slightly fluffier brush, which is what I'm doing. And I'm just going to follow that along the lower lash line as well. As I said, this one's going to be not as intense. I mean, still intense. I don't think you can do like a neutral look with this palette. My channel is not about neutrals, so don't worry about it. Okay, that's a pretty shade. It took a little bit of building, but like I said, that's probably the brush. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Shady, which is this deep brown, and I'm just gonna build the pigment up a little bit. That's very pigmented. That went on straight away. I'm just gonna build the depth on the outer corner here. I'm just gonna add as we need on the lower lash line as well. That is a very, very smoky brown, and it is blending perfectly too. And then I think just to smoke everything out a little bit more, I'm gonna go into Sleepless, which is the slightly pinkier leaning mauve, and just go all around the edges with that shade too. So it's just going to make everything blend a little bit better. This is not a skin tone by any means, but it's slightly more skin tone than the greys, so it'll just help blend all that. So I think this is probably the most neutral blend that you can get with this palette. So if you are a neutral lover, this is probably what you will be gravitating towards. And I wanted to showcase that for you. Now I'm going to do it. I'm going to go into the shade Strobe. Please don't let me down. Please don't let me down. Let's pop this on the lid. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, she's pretty. My biggest pet peeve with these blue to brown duochromes is that they're just brown. They've got the slightest, weeniest bit of blue in them that it may as well not even be there. This is so cute and pretty and sparkly and just intense. I think that's so cute. Okay, love that. Then, no one's here to stop me. I'm gonna do a blue wing. If you don't know, I love blue wings. I love blue anything, but blue wings, you can't stop me. So this is the shade Headliner. I'm gonna see how well this works. This is gonna give me quite a lot of fallout, just so you know. It is a shimmer shade on a very precise brush, but let's see how much fallout this gives me. And also let's see how it layers on top of other shades. Okay, it's layering really well so far. I don't feel like I'm dragging or pulling. I don't feel like I'm having to go over the same spot a billion times. Okay, and now it's the real test. I'm gonna pull it out. Oh, look how easy that was. That was no cuts, that was nothing, that was just me dragging it out. That's beautiful. Okay, let me do it again. No cuts. This is just how it works. Wow, that's so pretty. And actually, the fallout isn't that bad. I was expecting like a lot worse fallout, but no, it's good. Okay, this look is stunning. This is my kind of neutral look. Let me do the lashes. Oh no, inner corner. We forgot the inner corner again, or I did. This isn't your fault. This is me. I'll take the blame on this one. Let's do All Nighter because it's a slightly more grey shade. I feel like it'll go with this look a little bit. Let's pop this on. Oh my goodness me. So vibrant. Right, I love it. Let me finish off this eye again. I'll do the lashes and then we are done. And again, just a little close-up of this look. I think it's absolutely stunning. This really speaks to me, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So these are my two very different looks with my brand new Beauty Bay Dark Lights eyeshadow palette. I hope that I have shown you that you can get two very different styles. With my reviews, I always like to do a more colourful, bright, crazy look, and then more of a neutral, toned back look because I know that people's makeup tastes are so wide and so different. So I hope that I have done that for you guys. I, of course, would recommend this palette. If you enjoy this colour story, if you think this is like a cute winter sparkly color story, then of course I would recommend it. Beauty Bay is so close to my heart. I really, really do enjoy Beauty Bay, and I think their formulas are absolutely amazing and beautiful. I think if you are more of a neutral girl, I think this is the perfect palette to dip your toe into colour, because a lot of these shimmers could be used with just a bronzer in the crease and then like one of these shimmers all over the lid. I think that would be a really good introduction. I know a few people have been in my comments recently saying that they want to get into colour, they just don't know where to start. I think this would be a perfect palette. It's got the textures, that like glittery, beautiful textures that I love and that I really hope that you love as well, because for me that is just the piece de resistance of makeup. My standout shades, I think, are Strobe, which no one's surprised at, and also Silhouette. This inner corner on this side is just so beautiful and gorgeous. I think this is a 10 out of 10 palette. I will be doing more looks with this, so definitely stay tuned if you want to see maybe a 3 looks 1 palette. Comment down below, and do not forget I do have an affiliate link down below. What do you think of this palette? A lot of people messaged me and said, Caitlin, this is such a you palette, you have to review this, please review this, and so here I am reviewing it for you guys. I love both these looks. Which one is your favourite? Let me know. Would you recreate any of these? I want to know all your thoughts down in the comments. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more reviews here on my channel. The Singe Paisley Hoot is currently in the mail to me as well, so that review will be live very, very soon. I hope you have an incredible day, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye!